Hey, I'm Danny Burbol with GrowWealthWithin.com, and I'm here today with Ricky Vanorio. Ricky and we're both mobile home investors, and we've actually done some deals together, but I'm going to let Ricky introduce himself.
Hello everybody, my name is Ricky and I started with mobile homes about 3 years ago. Everything started because I was coming from a moment in my life where I didn't know anything about investing and I was tired of my 9 to 5 and I happened to attend several meetup groups about investing in real estate, but I had no knowledge whatsoever. So the tough spot was learning and taking action. And I learned to take action. So
That's a really good point, actually.
and so that's how everything started, because it doesn't matter how much do you know. If it's your first time, all you have to do is take action.
So just start.
Period. Just do it.
Do something.
Don't mess around waiting until something happens. You have to make things happen. And that's what I did. I found the first deal coming from Craigslist, actually. This
Awesome.
guy was getting rid of his mobile homes for free in exchange for moving out of his property, because he wanted to sell the land free and clear.
Oh, okay.
And
Actually, I didn't know this about you. So your first deal involved real estate with mobile homes on it.
yes.
Okay.
So this guy was selling the land and he told me, you can have the mobile home for free as long as you can move it out.
Huh.
And I said, don't worry, I will take care of everything. And I
Yep.
didn't even know that they had wheels. So I interviewed many parks
Yeah.
around in town until I found someone that told me, don't worry, I will move your mobile home for free in exchange for a 5-year contract that you will not move the mobile home out of the park.
Brilliant.
So I got the mobile home for free and I got the mover for free. And what happened is that during the transportation, they damaged a little bit the roof. So they also fixed it for free, because once they arrived, it was covered by the insurance. So
Oh, wow.
I got the house for
Wow.
free, the mover for free, and partial rehab for free. And
That's
I ended
amazing.
up selling that unit for $25,000 in like less than 8 months.
Holy cow.
Yes, that's how I started.
And I would imagine you negotiated free lot rent.
I got free rent because the house was damaged, not for my negligence. So basically, during the time of the rehab, I didn't pay the space rent.
Wow. That is amazing first deal.
Yes, it was like, go.
So I guess what I want to ask is your emotional state. Like, what did that feel like? Like you get that guy on the phone for the very first time. He tells you, I want you to take these off my land. You can have them.
Right. It was a mix of happiness. I was super prompted because I said, wow, I got my first deal. I was scared to death because I didn't know what I was talking about. And I was also fearful that the deal would go away, because the guy was willing to give it to anybody, not just me. So I showed up with a bill of sale that I didn't even know what it is. So I said, can we sign the bill of sale? And he gave me the house. So that's how
Awesome.
everything started.
And I would imagine the bill of sale was something you found through the groups that you were attending.
I
Got some
was actually
advice?
doing a lot of researches,
Oh.
and I was just pointed in the right direction, and then I had to find everything by myself. I found experts, I found dealers, I found the legal way to do it, and I asked for consultation that I got almost for free. And it was like the very beginning, because they taught me everything about the legal stuff, how to handle a deal, and that's how I started.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Wow. And if I heard you correctly, that was 3 years ago.
Yes.
So you've been doing it for 3 years,
Yes.
and now I would consider you a successful investor, especially in the mobile home niche.
Thank you.
So from not knowing, like being afraid, your first deal,
Yes.
like get the guy on the phone, and now it's complete panic, but let's go.
Yes.
And now you just do it all the time. How many deals have you done, you think?
More than 25.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It is awesome. And I'm in a spot where actually the deal makes sense in any case, and it doesn't matter where it comes from. I don't have to work that hard to get the deal.
So
Because-
now the opportunities find you.
Yes, because once you are known in these communities, they just call you. You don't have to
Oh, yeah.
hustle too much,
Mhm.
Can I get business from you? They would just call you.
So it's like referrals almost.
referrals from people, from homeowners, from park managers. It's like constant.
Yeah, that's awesome. Sometimes when I have a home for sale, I literally knock on all the neighbors' doors just to say, hey, I've got this home for sale, and if you know anybody, because
Just
they're
send it
already
my
living
way.
there.
Yes.
If you've got a friend if your best friend wants to live next door.
Yes,
And-
there was a park. It was amazing. I was just talking to the manager about the possibility of me moving a mobile home in the park.
Mhm.
Before I even started, I received a call from one of the homeowners to say, "Hey, I have my family coming in. Would you consider selling it to me?"
Awesome.
And the house wasn't even there, so I
Mhm.
sold it way before the deal started.
Actually, if you don't mind me talking about this, I think you're very good at exactly that. You sell homes before they're rehab.
Yes.
Would
You saw it 3 times.
Yeah. So I'm very curious, actually. What's your technique? Do you have any advice you would give someone like me?
It's mostly based on relationship, because once you start the advertising, you receive inevitably a bunch of calls.
Mhm.
And if you keep in touch with these people, chances are that they are waiting for you, because they see that you are a good guy, they see that you are legit. So you want to accommodate and you want to help them find the house.
Mhm.
And if you happen not to have it because you only have one, they will wait for you at a
Mm.
certain extent.
That's
So-
amazing, because a difference between us is that you do a lot of 55 and up communities. I do a
Yes.
lot of all ages communities, and I don't experience that. What I experience is people want to see it today.
And buy it today.
Yeah. And if I try to schedule an appointment to show it tomorrow, they'll 50-50 they're going to cancel on me.
I
So-
totally agree with you. I relate with you because I've done a few all ages communities, and I can tell that senior communities are way more stable. The people are calm, they are no rush, and they are just waiting for their accommodation to come.
That's awesome. So a moment ago I called you a successful investor.
Thank you.
I believe it. Let's say 3 years ago,
Yes.
when you thought of a successful investor, what did you think of?
Somebody that had everything in place, everything figured out, and the volume keep growing. That's basically what I believe is a successful investor.
So based on your own definition, how close are you to that?
50-50. I am
Nice.
halfway. Yes.
In 3 years? That's amazing.
In 3 years. Yes.
Ha. So if you could go back in time 3 years ago and give yourself some advice, what would it be?
Take action way
Way
before.
sooner. It's actually
than
the
I
same
did.
advice I'd give myself.
Yes, because it's a matter of time, and you will eventually break the shell. Because it's the motivation that drives everybody. So the more you are kind of desperate, the more action you take.
That's okay. Yeah, that's a really good point. I'd kind of like to dig into that just a little bit. The idea of operating from a desperate spot versus operating from a more comfortable spot.
It's the reason why you are doing it, because you've tried the most you can, the most you knew in your life, and now it's time to get out of your comfort zone and do it.
Yeah.
So the more desperate you are, the more you are willing to take action.
I have to agree. I so don't want to agree, but I have to agree.
It is like that.
There's one of the things that I did personally was I quit my job
There you go.
to do investing full time. And it wasn't until I did that it really hit me. I should be doing this all, but like I should be moving. Why am I sitting here? And that's when I got really serious too.
And that's
So-
the difference. You chose to quit your job. I was a store manager at Radio Shack, and they ran out of business. So when they shut down my store, like, now what?
Right.
Now I have to figure it out.
Yeah.
And I did.
And that's a huge jump because being an employee, like you there's a salary cap there.
Exactly. You just
But-
stay there, you make a living. And in my position at that time, even if it was not that much, it was still comfortable, I could
Yeah.
save a few bucks at the end of the month. And I say, okay, why should I just quit? I don't want to do
Because
it.
you're comfortable.
You're
Yeah.
okay with that, and you just tend to stay there.
Hmm.
And instead, you need to know that once things get in motion, they tend to stay in motion.
Hmm.
So you want to take action.
It's funny, like sometimes you just have to get yourself into an uncomfortable spot
Yes.
to get yourself to take action.
It's like going to the gym, you know, you're lazy at home, you're on the couch, you're watching TV, you don't want to move. But once you get at the gym working out, then you feel the energy, you feel the power, and you're happy that you did.
Yeah, and then you get momentum because
Exactly.
you start to move and you keep moving.
Yep.
That's awesome. So right now, I'm curious what an investment opportunity looks like for you, and how do you create opportunity?
First of all, I am strongly convinced that opportunities don't happen, you create them. And in this specific case, you create opportunities by talking to people like park managers or homeowners, and you see if there is an opportunity that can be created by rehabbing a house, by helping someone purchasing their own home, just doing a refinance or a private financing. Because now many parks are getting rid of the ownership just to collect the space rent. They are coming from a spot where they were 100% homeowner, and now they want to be 0% homeowners. So they're getting rid of their inventory to they're giving to people that is already living in the community and to investors. So the more you can actually have the planets aligned, you know, the manager is happy, the people that you bring in are happy, and you are happy because you are making a profit, then it works.
That actually brings me to an interesting thought. I've talked about this with other people who don't know investing,
Okay.
and the question comes up: have you ever gotten a home for free? And your first
I
deal,
did. My first deal was free.
right? Would you be willing to share, like, about how many homes do you think you've just gotten for free?
About 7.
So it's possible. That's what I'm trying to
It
say.
is
It's
possible.
possible
It is possible
to get a home for free,
Yes.
but you get what you pay for.
Not necessarily. You
Okay.
know, it depends on the park, the location, the moment that they are living. Because if they are in a spot where they cannot invest in maintenance, they don't want to deal with all the problems related to the rehab, then they just give it to you. And sometimes it happens that the house is in real distress, so I get the house plus a couple of months free space rent because it's really bad, and they want you to take care of the house inside and outside because they are sensitive to the curb appeal.
Yes.
And if you
And when you say they, you mean the community.
yes,
Okay.
and if you create a very good looking spot, they're happy because not only you brought new tenants, but you also made the park good
Yeah.
looking.
And actually, that's a trick that I do. I will walk right into the manager's office and say, "Hey, I'm looking at buying number 27, and is there anything you'd like me to do?" And I'm not
That's
handing them the keys to
clever.
my business or anything.
Yes.
But if you think about it, everything on the outside that looks bad, you're going to fix anyways.
Right.
But if you walk in there and ask them what do they want,
Exactly.
then they feel like you're doing them a favor, right? You're on their team.
And that's one of the most important keys to relate and establish a relationship with the park, because they are used to people that go there and ask for business. And if you bring business to them, then it changes completely. And they look at you and say, this guy is not looking for something
Yeah.
from me.
Yeah, I've heard you say in the past, we're doing a favor for the park.
Yes.
As like a first initial, we're getting in there, this is not the greatest deal, but as soon as we show them that we can do this, they're going to start.
Oh yeah, it happened many times when they have very distressed properties, but they cannot get rid of it because the big corporation don't want to lose, the house and want to collect the space rent. So you have to do extra work and very minimal profit, but then you establish the relationship and the next one is going to be better, so they give it to you.
Yeah. So, again, I consider you a successful investor. What would you call out as the reason you're successful?
I always wanted to go for the right thing to do. It was not about the money. It was not about getting the profit right away. And I've been lucky enough to confront multiple investors out of this matter, and they are all after money. And I said, okay, I know for sure that if I go for the right thing to do, money will come. and it's not about doing like the quick $500, the quick $2,000. It's about doing the right thing for the manager of the park, for the people that are living in, and for me. So when all these happen, the deal is good.
So when everybody wins, it's a deal.
Yes,
And if someone doesn't, it's not a deal.
exactly.
You also sound like you're saying you're putting people before profits.
Absolutely.
That's
All
awesome.
the time.
That is so awesome. And I vouch for him. I've seen him do this. So people before profits is actually the way Ricky operates. Actually, that might lead into this next question. Do you have any guiding principles or rules that you use when you're investing or just for life or anything like that?
It's not all about investing. It's also, like you said, in real life. When I do my best to make people around me happy, I can expect them to do their best to make me happy. And that's my guiding principle.
Nice. That's a little bit of almost like a golden rule there, where treat people the way you want to be treated.
Yes, but we talk about this a lot. It's like, oh, it's in the Bible, oh, it's everywhere. But in real life, if you're happy to be around me, I'm happy to be around you, right?
Right.
And that's like pure energy that we exchange, and it works.
It does. Wow, that's awesome. I like that. Thank you. So you've done 25-ish deals.
Yes.
So what's next for you?
It's proven that the business model is working, and so the idea is to expand and duplicate the business model in other markets, not necessarily in Nevada.
Nice. So you're looking to expand beyond Vegas.
Yes.
Exciting.
It is. And it's happening.
Okay, I'm going to wrap it up with these last couple of questions. So Grow Wealth Within is all about getting your mindset right before you go investing. And it's actually a lot of what you just said about getting out there and putting people before profits, treat people the way they should be treated. If you can understand that and get your head right, the money just comes.
Absolutely.
So Grow Wealth Within is all about starting here.
Yes.
Cool. So our motto is invest in yourself, invest in others, and invest in our collective futures. And that's an everyone's win kind of a thing.
Exactly.
So my question for you is, how would you invest in yourself, or how do you invest in yourself?
I do, and my main, most rewarding actually investment is when I can feel that people around me are happy to be around me. And these will create way more opportunities than just chasing for the numbers. This deal is good profit. So if I can accomplish a good relationship with someone that possibly will expand to Utah or Arizona, that's how I expand my business, because I can trust the guy will trust me, or the person will trust me, and we can work together. That's basically how I invest in myself.
So you invest in relationships.
Yes,
but it's an
knowledge.
investment in yourself at the
Yes,
same time.
not offices, not
That's really
cars.
Cool. That's amazing. I mean, because I have to say, knowing you, you are way better at building relationships than I am.
Okay.
And I have said over and over again that investing is a relationship business. And I look up to you.
And it's the biggest treasure that every investor can have, the network, the relationship with other people. Because if I cannot reach out, I pass the deal to you, you're happy, next time you can give me a deal from somewhere else.
Yeah. So the second part of that was how you invest in yourself. How do you invest in others?
I see if there is a way that for me to improve their investment strategy, because I like to think that the way I'm doing it, it's more rewarding on the long run than making the quick flip. So if I see people that just think about money, they are faking a good relationship with me because they want to possibly sell me a deal or a flip or whatever, I tend to try to convince them to change their point of view.
Nice. That's really awesome.
That's what I do.
I've actually been in the same boat, and it's hard. It's really hard to, number one, kind of like put a little bit of distance. It's like, look, I see what you're doing. I wish you the best.
Yes.
But we need to change your
point
of view.
When you get at that point, you either conquer their trust and they follow you, or they just still look at you as a possible business partner, and that's not what I want.
Yeah.
I had people handing me $20 because I was sharing information with them, and I said, dude, that's not how it works.
Yeah.
I would rather invite you for lunch. I buy you lunch.
Yeah. And we do that all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I've tried to tell people that one of the smallest investments you can make is buying somebody coffee.
There you go.
It's like $5.
Yes.
And you can have a conversation with somebody that could go anywhere.
Exactly.
So.
And once you get more empathy, with the guy, obviously the person is more willing to open his heart to you, and that's basically more powerful than any business.
Yeah, and actually, like one of my visions for Grow Wealth Within is to basically travel the world as a group of investors.
Okay.
And to go
That's
places,
interesting.
yeah, to go places together, and while we're there, talk like this and trade ideas and find out how we can learn from each other, how we can grow, maybe do deals together, but also be in an amazing location together and build strong relationships.
I like to read quotes, and one of these Zen masters that I'm following wrote this line that I love it. He says, if you have a fruit and I have a fruit and we exchange it, we end up being with one fruit each. If you have an idea and I have an idea and we exchange it, we both end up with two ideas. So we are both growing just by sharing the ideas.
Oh, that's brilliant. I like that.
I like it.
So the last part of that motto is, how do you invest in our collective futures? And that could be the community or the society or humanity. Or
everybody needs a place to stay, and mobile homes are the last affordable living, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's crap.
Right, and I agree with that. I think there are some amazing
they are
homes
way
out there.
better built than real properties.
In a lot of cases,
just think about plumbing. If you have to fix a leak in the bathroom, you have to destroy the wall.
That is a really great point.
And rebuild the wall.
Let me just explain that to everybody. A mobile home, all of the plumbing is under the home. So if this is the mobile home, all the plumbing goes straight down and along the bottom, and it's all under the home, and then the home is on blocks and surrounded by skirting. So if you need to change or fix any plumbing,
if you have a leak,
you just open a panel and you go under there and
you
just
crawl
fix it.
underneath and fix it.
You don't have to break any holes in walls or anything.
You don't have to do anything like that.
That's a really good point.
And if you want to change something in the house, like really big, let's say I move to Montana or Illinois with my house. I bring my house with me, but the climate changes because Vegas is kind of warm and nice, and Illinois is super cold. I can open the panel and put double insulation and reclose the panel. So my house has double insulation and is way more energy efficient in that way.
Yeah, that's a really good point. But I kind of derailed you from the original question, which was...
So I would like to provide more affordable living for anybody, the more people I can.
Nice. So the thing that you are doing is giving back. Like you've recognized that I'm providing this for other people. I'm solving a problem here.
Especially with senior community, it happened that they don't have that much cash available. So I would more likely lower my down payment, accommodate the transitional period. I even went up and picked up the guy from his previous place and brought at the house because he didn't have transportation. So I like to do these kind of things.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, just having this interview, I'm even more excited that you're in my life and that we get to invest together and interact.
Fantastic.
So thank you.
you.
So if there was anybody out there who wanted to get in touch with you, how would they go about doing that?
Oh, sure. My email is rickyisbusy@yahoo.com.
Awesome. And what would be some things that you would hope people would get in touch for you about?
Like I said, most likely it's about relationships. So I want to see the person where they're coming from, what they're doing, and what's their goal. And it's not just about the money.
Not just about the money. I love that. So, and I believe that's all my questions at the moment. And holy crap, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm hoping that maybe in the future I could get you to come back sometime and we'll do like a second
Anytime.
interview.
Yes. A follow up.
Now that we've talked about like how you got started and things like that, maybe next time we could do like do some case studies or something like that and just talk about numbers and stuff that's a little higher level, more complicated.
Yes, why not?
Awesome.
All the time.
Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I don't always get to shake people's hands after the interview because we're doing a video.
Okay.
So awesome. So thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.